Bom, durante todo esse tempo eu fiquei sabendo, então a gente não se conheceu nunca e nunca a gente se correspondeu durante esse tempo, mas era uma referência para mim, o Yashinsky, como um contador de histórias que exercia sua arte num país distante, lendário para nós, né? Bem, e depois, além disso, ele me mandou, já nessa época distante, um artigo que ele escreveu para um jornal de Toronto, falando da arte de contar histórias. E eu traduzi esse artigo e todo mundo que já trabalhou comigo conhece esse artigo, porque é muito bom, ele tem um grande dom que...
In São Paulo. And also many thanks to Yashinsky. They had a doctor, a special doctor, taking a thermometer, you know, to measure the cake. We have public health service, but we don't take care of cakes, just people. So Yashinsky not only takes good care of storytellers, they even take care of their pâtisserie. Very good. But I have one complaint. I have one complaint. I was at the hotel this morning, and I knew I was going to go swimming at the piscina at Yashinsky. I got permission, everything nice. I could go for a swim. Beautiful swimming pool. But in the hotel room, I thought, should I take a towel? And I thought, of course not. This is Yashinsky. The 1001 Friday Nights of Storytelling. Did you already mention, Regina? Okay. 1001 Friday Nights of Storytelling. The second is the Toronto Festival of Storytelling. And the third is called the Storytellers School of Toronto. I should tell you right away that although it's called a school, it's in English you can say a school of thought or a school of philosophy. And it's much more a school of thought than an actual school to teach people. We do teach storytellers, but really it's a certain philosophy about the art of storytelling. That's what makes the storyteller school work. To children, I always say batteries are not included. You provide the power. And I'll tell you about this a little bit later. Let's see, where to begin? About 20, a gimmick. Yeah. But it's a good gimmick. And if you work with children, for example, and you know others today, I didn't know any. And they said, oh yes, you must call Alice Kane. So I picked up the telephone and I called her. I was about 23 years old, and she was in her 60s at the time. I still remember the conversation. I said, Miss Kane, I would like to become a storyteller. And she said, are you an actor? I said, no, I'm very shy. And I said, why? She said, actors can't tell stories. And I said, why? She said, An actor puts himself between the story and the listener. A storyteller lets the story through directly. So I remembered that. That's very hard advice to follow. And by the way, I don't want to offend any actors in the audience, because I love theater, and so does Alice. But I think what she was trying to say is that the art of storytelling is an oral art. And that means after you tell your story, you want the listeners to remember the words, to remember the story. You don't want them to remember, oh, that was a nice shirt the guy was wearing, or what a beautiful stick. None of that matters at all. The only thing that matters is that they take the story away with them. And that's how the oral tradition stays alive. Anyway, I think that in many arts, you have to meet a dragon on the road. You know what I mean? This is how I feel whenever I go to give a talk or speak about storytelling. One day people came to Hoja Nasruddin, who was considered to be a wise fool. A wise fool. And they said, Hoja, how did you become so wise? And Hoja said, whenever I hear that somebody is wise, I go to them. I listen carefully to what they say. And if I find that people have been listening to me, I try to find out afterwards what I just said. So this is the same today. From your questions, I'll know if I was saying anything wise.
Agora ela fica resmungando, e às vezes borbulhando, e dá o som a dizer: